did a great job of supporting me, representing me. Want to thank the teams of people here at NDN Collective that organized here, the staff of NDN that helped create avenues for people to be able to support and to organize here, helping with logistics for elders, taking care of our people, feeding our people. And I want to thank people and our funders and our supporters and everybody out there for not letting this deter your support. In fact, doubling down in your support for our work in the community. I think when charges are brought against leaders of movements and organizations and people that are organizing to create change in the world, it is often a strategy to discredit, to make people think twice about supporting our work. And we've experienced the opposite here at NDN. We've experienced an outpouring of support by our funders, our partners, our movement partners, our friends, our relatives, our spiritual leaders, families, and that means a lot to me. It means a lot to me because I built an organization to create change in the world, to invest into building the collective power of Indigenous people, communities, and nations, and giving us having the ability and right to exercise our inherent rights to self-determination. And so I just wanted to take this time to thank you, to give you an all update. We'll continue to wait and see what happens in the next 45 days and see what happens from there. So I think we will take questions from the public. I'm not looking at the stream, but there's questions that are popping up on this little iPad right here. So I will what am I doing here? Am I just going down the list? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, what's next for NDN? I first want to say it's what's next, but it's also what we've been doing. The notion that NDN has stopped doing any of its work as a result of these charges against me is not true. There has been people. We've had a team on the ground organizing, doing Know Your Rights trainings, doing patrolling right there in South Minneapolis, supporting what's been going on there for several weeks now. We are supporting the family of Renee Good and in a public memorial that is planned for February 7th. That's coming up right around the corner. Authoritarianism is real and it's on the rise, and so us continuing to do Know Your Rights trainings, non-co-op trainings, non-violent direct action trainings. We got to get our people trained up. We got to keep our catalyzing the land back movement forward, and we'll continue to do that work. And so, and right here, I mean, we're incubating a new community development corporation here in Rapid City called the Mini Luzaha Community Development Corporation that will take the lead on some of our community development efforts right here in Mini Luzaha. We will continue our support of local organizations here in Rapid City like Chesapa Otipi and the Osheti Shakoi Community Academy and many other awesome organizations. So that's what's around the corner. What is the next question is, what does this really mean? Does this result mean they really had no case? I mean, that's up for interpretation. I think that this result means that they didn't have a strong enough case to convince 12 citizens of Pennington County to get 12 people to agree that these charges were strong enough to convict me. That's what it means. And I think the facts alone in this case tell the story. I don't think the case was strong. I don't believe the case was strong. I have continuously said that I believe this case brought against me has been politically motivated, because I don't, with the absence of politics, I don't think I would be facing these charges. So those are some of the things I would say as a response to that question. I don't believe their case was strong. Is Pennington County wasting taxpayer dollars with this case? In my opinion, yes. I think that taxpaying citizens of Pennington County have every right to make sure that their resources that they pay into to taxes go to improving the quality of life for the community. Help to make our community safer. And I think that if you think about what's happened here, the Pennington County State's Attorney's Office has started expending resources and effort into this since 2022. That's 2022, 3, 4, 5, and now we're in 2026. To have them use your dollars and tax-paying dollars to pursue these efforts doesn't seem like it's a good use of public dollars. It seems like those dollars should be used for other things. Was there any natives on the jury to get equal representation? I do not believe that there was any self-identifying natives on the jury. I don't know that for a fact. They fill out questionnaires, and those questionnaires aren't open to the public. And so I'm not at privy to, discuss any of that information that was in there. But there wasn't a bunch of natives on the jury. And I will say this to the people, some of my comments and some of the things that I'm saying on here, I'm being very careful right now in this period of time too, because I still am under indictment. And so I'm trying to thread the needle here and be transparent with the people, because I think it's important, while at the same time I have to make decisions to protect myself because I'm under indictment too. So is it double jeopardy if they appeal? No, it's not really a reappeal. I would say, I would frame the question like this. The prosecution has 45 days to decide to retry the case. That is a legal right that they already have because the current indictments are in place. Yeah, that's how I'd answer that question. Yeah. Last question is, what else can we do in the next 45 days to help? I think some of the things that people can do, I think that particularly, specifically, tax-paying citizens of Pennington County, people who live in Pennington County, who pay taxes in Pennington County, to contact the county commissioners, to contact the state's attorney's office, and tell them that you don't want your resources to be spent on pursuing, this case, that you don't want your tax-paying dollars to be used to retry this case. I think it's important. The Pennington County State's Attorney's Office is accountable to the voters of Pennington County at the end of the day. And I think that's where I would have people spend their time, energy, people that live here, work here, that pay taxes here. That's one of the biggest ways. I think people can continue to contribute to the Indian Legal Fund, the effort to try to deplete resources of NDN while we're fighting this and battling this has been a tactic and a strategy. And so contributions to the NDN Legal Fund at ndnlegalfund.org goes into resources that can help support legal strategy here at NDN. We also use that fund for other things. We use that fund for duty of care for members of our community, and we use it to protect our people and community. So any leftover resources that don't get used to support me in this effort, they actually go back into that fund and get recycled for other efforts around duty of care. Okay, we're up here. This is a question from an unnamed source. Hey, so whoever this unnamed anonymous press source that's asking this question, I've often been told, don't answer questions to the press. But I'll do a favor here. The question here is, the prosecution heavily focused on the moment. Okay, this is where we're not going to answer this question. I appreciate, it sounds like this member of a press was likely in the courtroom. I'm not going to discuss what happened in the courtroom or the details of my case. Again, that is for protection for myself, and also for respect for the process. For respect for the process, these legal processes that we have to navigate, it gets very particular. And I'm just a Ikjewi Chasha, a common person out here. I'm not a lawyer, but anything we end up saying ends up being used against you. That is true. And they say anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. That is true, my relatives. That is true and will never be truer than it is right now. So just wanted to say that, I will end. I will end by saying this. Thank you to everybody. I want to give encouragement to people out there. I don't think that the prosecution against me should deter people from organizing in their communities, from doing cop watches, for standing up. I think that the reality of this situation is that often they pursue things that try to discourage us from doing the work that we're trying to do in the community, and we can't let that happen. We can't let the efforts of the system keep us down. We have to be strong. We have to we have to hold our heads high. We have to be proud of who we are, the places that we come from, the integrity that we stand on, and the things that we're doing for our community and for our people. And so when these things happen, don't use them as reasons to not do something. In fact, use it as reasons to do something, because each and every one of us have a fundamental role, we have a fundamental right, and we have a fundamental responsibility to improving the quality of life for our people, for our land, making our communities safer and stronger. And that is what, that is what we are about. That's what we're trying to do here. So just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I also want to give big shout outs to the team here at NDN Collective. There's so much work that happens here. Every staff member of NDN Collective that does the work that they do in all the ways that they do it. I just want to thank each and every one of them. The board of directors for standing by me during this process, and especially the grandmas and the grandpas and the aunties and the uncles. They came here, they supported me, they stood by me, they prayed with me, they encouraged me, and that means the world to me, because every single thing that generation has done has created the opportunity for us to do what we are doing now here today. And our best way to honor you is through our actions, to show you that we will continue on the good fight, and we'll continue to improve the quality of life for our people. We'll continue to fight for our land and create a pathway for the next generation. So it's been good to be with you here today on this live, and want to thank my wife. I want to thank my children for their struggles during this time. They didn't sign up for all of this. They just signed up to live life, and they have been in struggle alongside with me throughout this process. And I want to thank them, and that I love them deeply, and I look forward to continuing to do the work that we're doing here for the community and for the people. So thank all of you. Wopila tanka echichi apolo doksha ake wachiankikte.